Alright, I'll just put you up there. Don't slide. Yay! So, I'm going to start this video off with, I think someone may have driven my car. I really do. I think someone may have driven my car. Yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, when I got my car towed. I was stupoid and left my car keys on my front seat. But I don't normally leave them on my front seat. I leave them in my front dash. Or like in my side pocket here, my console. I left them there. Yeah. And when I came back out, they were on my front seat. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't have really any missing gas, and I don't know, is my mileage different? Okay, let me see. No, my mileage isn't different. It's still 116, 118. So, is that what I told the guy? 116, 118. I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyway, I don't know how soon this light will go out because I have it, oh. I thought I had it set to off. Okay, now it's set to off. Anyway, so, yeah, I think someone drove my car because I found a hat right outside. It might be a hat for the car next to me, though. It's just a black hat. Black beaner cap. You know, like that Beaner, whatever his name is, numbers. Red Yoshi's friend. Anyway, so I went and got my McDonald's. They were actually open. I was surprised. It was only like 5:15 or something, so they must open at 5 now. Instead of at like 6:30. The last I remember, they used to open at 6. They used to open at 6 and switch over to lunch at 10. No, at 10:30. Except for Sundays, they switch over at 11. Because breakfast goes long on Sundays. And today is Thursday. Right? Today is Thursday? I don't remember. I can check quick. Check my phone. My phone will tell me. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of January. Why was I thinking it's Thursday? That's weird. Anyway, I gotta upload a video today anyway. I'm gonna upload the first part of the water temple with Purple Rosary. Is it Purple Rosary or Purple Rosary? Yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter. People still call me Impalo. Some people call me Impalo. Most people call me Impolo. And when I say some people call me Impalo, it's someone calls me Impalo. And it's Amanda. I even corrected her twice when we did the Forest Temple CoCom. I'm pretty sure it was twice. I don't remember. I was wasted! Yeah! Chateau Romani! A little Sir Ron Lionheart. Anyway, hello, this is Sir Ron Lionheart, and welcome to Let's Play Super Mario 64. That was like his first video. And then, like, 3 LPs later, it's like, hello everybody, it's Sir Ron Lionheart, and welcome to Let's Play Final Fantasy 4! Yeah, alright, come on! You just, I don't know what happened. It's like he started crack or something, I don't know. But it's so weird. Like, even when you watch his Mario 64 videos, which, I didn't know this. Someone commented on, like, one of the last videos, he hadn't died the whole LP, and I haven't watched it all, because I've watched, like, 5 Super Mario 64 LPs already. Like, I watched NCS's, and I watched Batman 9502's, I watched AFDS songs, I'm watching P-Calls, I watched, who else did one? Someone else did, I can't remember who it was. Anyway, I mean, like, parts of Sir Ron Lionheart, but anyway, like, 7 or 8 videos in, or like, no, not even, like 20 videos into Super Mario 64, there's a top-rated comment that says the birth of the real Sir Ron Lionheart. And I laughed so hard. I love that guy. But like I said in the last video, I just finished this Final Fantasy IV LP, which is pretty cool. I like the way how they transitioned into getting new characters into your party of 5. Because in Final Fantasy IV, which is really Final Fantasy II, actually other way around, Final Fantasy II, which is really Final Fantasy IV, but most people call it Final Fantasy IV nowadays than 2. Just like most people call Final Fantasy III Final Fantasy VI. So, because it's actually 6. Because America doesn't have 2, 3, and 5. We have 1, 4, and 6. And then 7 through, like, 14. Is 14 out yet? I can't remember when they released. I was sure they released a beta, but I can't remember. But anyway, I'm playing Final Fantasy 1, the Game Boy Advance remake for Dawn of Souls, which is Final Fantasy 1 and the Japanese 2, which is translated now. So, and from what I hear, Final Fantasy 2 is a bitch. Like, it's hard. That's what I hear. So, I'm excited to play that. But playing the Final Fantasy series has just been something I put off for way too long. Like, when I first heard about Final Fantasy was when Final Fantasy VII was huge. Like, Final Fantasy VII had just come out, and people were talking about it, and then it, like, died down, and then all of a sudden it was, like, this huge explosion of, like, oh my god, Final Fantasy VII everywhere, because PlayStation had just come out. Because before PlayStation, it was just Square, and Square was part of Nintendo, which is why Final Fantasy and then 4 and 6 are all Nintendo games. So, but then Sony bought the Final Fantasy series, or the rights to making the games, and it was still owned by Square. Did my battery just die? No, it didn't. I thought my battery died. But anyway, I think in Final Fantasy VIII they became Square Enix. I don't remember when Square and Enix combined, because it used to be just Squaresoft. Like, if you ever played, like, the NBA Jam, or, like, Battletoads. No, Battletoads was Tokia, wasn't it? Tokiba? I don't remember. Damn, I got a smudge on my glasses now. Right here in the bottom left, on my left lens, which would be your right in the bottom corner, towards the middle. I can see it. God, I love McDonald's coffee. I don't know what it is with their coffee, but anyway, like I said last week, I was playing Final Fantasy 1, so, and I'm enjoying the series way too much, way more than I think I should be. Like now that I think about it, I wonder what my life would be like if, for my 10th birthday, instead of getting Pokemon Red version, when Pokemon first came out for the Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy, like, if I had gotten Final Fantasy 3, which is actually Final Fantasy 6. Just Final Fantasy, because we didn't have a Super Nintendo yet. Because I bought my friend's Super Nintendo off of him. I bought, like, the game system, 2 controllers, and, like, 15 or 20 games. And I bought it for, like, $20. He was like, yeah, I don't want it anymore, so he sold it to me. And it had one of my favorite games in there, which is SNES, which is Killer Instinct. It's a beat 'em up. It's like Mortal Kombat. And what else was in there? Super Mario World. That's when I first got introduced to Super Mario World. I got really good at that game. And they also had the Mario All-Stars, so I could play through the other ones. And, but yeah, I wonder, because I'm playing Final Fantasy 1, and honestly, because I overlevel on, like, I guess it's called the Peninsula of Power, is what the game players call it. It's like one square on the map, which is supposed to have stronger monsters, but a small part of that square. The land sticks into that square, but it's part of the beginning part of the map. So it's got these way strong monsters, and I couldn't understand how much stronger they were, because like when I leveled up to like 10 or 11 off the weak monsters by Corneria. I know that's not the name of that town. Is it Corneria? I keep thinking the Star Fox, but that's Corneria. Maybe it's Cornelia. I don't remember. Anyway, my car is covered in frost, by the way, too. And slowly it's being covered in condensation from me. So I'm that hot. You know, it's getting hot in here. Gonna take off all my clothes. I am so hot, I'm gonna take all my clothes off. That's not the right way the lyrics go. But anyway, if I had gotten Final Fantasy 1, because I leveled up to like 10 off the weak monsters, and then I found the harder monsters, and I was like, oh shit! And that's when one of my characters died. It threw off my level gaining. Because the way Final Fantasy 1 is programmed, all your characters always need the same amount of experience. So if your whole party survives every battle, they all level up at the same time. So I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I'll have the same levels all the time. And then my black belt died, which in the new game is called Monk. And I won the battle before I could use a Phoenix down. And so, like, he didn't get that experience. So he was the first one to, like, lag behind. And then everybody was, like, about to level up. And then my white mage died later in the game. So now my fighter and my red mage level up. And then my black belt levels up. And then my white mage levels up. So it's only... Well, the experience gets farther and farther apart. So I have a feeling eventually they'll all catch up to each other. But for the time being, they're about, well, between the first two and the black belt, it's about 5 or 6 groups of monsters, depending on how many monsters are on the field. That doesn't make sense. 5 or 6 battles, depending on how many monsters are on the field and what kind of monsters they are. Like, it could be like 4 or 5 battles of really strong monsters, or like 6 or 7 battles of weak monsters. And then my white mage is like 2 battles behind my black belt, which isn't a huge deal. Because I really, honestly, the white mage is good for curing, but at the same time, I'm so over leveled I haven't had to cure a whole lot. Except for when I fought that 2-headed dragon. I had to cast, I think it's called Healera. Pretty much, it's like heal for your whole party, but stage 2. Because they didn't have multi-targeting Cure and Cura and Curaja yet. Like, you couldn't multi-target your party, you just had heal one person and then... Or heal, which was your whole party, and then heal your whole party stronger. And then Cure, Cura, and Curaja are all for one person. So... So... But I went with the setup H.C. Bailey has. Fighter, red mage, white mage, and a black belt, which in this game is called Monk. So... And I'm doing what H.C. Bailey said, is to not give the monk a weapon, and I'm glad... I learned that because I had the nunchucks on the black belt, and he was only hitting like twice for like 160 or 170 damage at like level 29, like level 25, 26. And then I took the nunchucks off, and then he was hitting 4 times for like 300 damage. And I was like, oh fuck. Or like 260 damage. But now he's level 34. And he hits 8 times for like 340 damage. Give or take like 20 or 40. Depending on the monster. So. But yeah. But I'm honestly wondering how my life would have changed. Am I like not in the center of the frame? I'm sorry if I'm not in the center of the frame. I didn't even notice. There you go. That little bit is probably what helped. So, but I'm in my car. I don't want to vlog while I'm inside and be loud and wake up NCS. You know, pay no attention to the bear in the other room. So, I'm debating about whether or not I want to go to bed today, because last night I stayed up till like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I started an upload, and I went to bed, and I got up at like 2:30. Which really pissed me off, because I don't need to sleep that long. Well, 8 to 2:30 is only like 6 hours. Well, here, 7:30 to 2:30 is 7 hours, which is less sleep than I normally sleep. But it's because it's that 8 to whatever. So, man, what time is it now? Like 6? Let me check. It is 6:08 right now. So if I crashed out right now, I'd probably get up at like noon or 1. So, but I think I might just stick it out. Find something to do. Maybe I'll read more. No, hold on. Before I go on this, let me see where I'm at. Alright, new segment.